Hello, we're Andy, the Maniacal Cinephile, and to celebrate the 50th anniversary of the Texas Chainsaw Massacre, we already reviewed the 1974 original. When it comes to our videos, it's probably my favorite, so check it out. Anyway, for this year, we're following the TCM blood trail by taking a look at Tobe Hooper's Gonzo sequel.
What? I didn't know Gonzo was in this.
He's not, but the movie does have a Muppet.
Director Tobe Hooper and the original's co-writer, Kim Henkel, had an idea for a sequel that featured a whole town of cannibals. It was titled Beyond the Valley of the Texas Chainsaw Massacre, but it never went anywhere.
Like Franklin stuck in that doorway.
In 1981, New Line Cinema put the original TCM back into theaters, and it was a hit, sparking interest in a sequel. At this time, Tobe Hooper had a 3-picture deal with Cannon Films. They already produced Life Force, his remake of Invaders from Mars, and up next was TCM Part 2.
They're like the Breakfast Club, but don't eat the sausages.
Cannon wanted a gritty horror film like the original, but Hooper and writer L.M. Kit Carson had other plans. Tobe Hooper was like, "Meh, been there, done that. Now hold my Dr. Pepper." Finally, Tobe Hooper's sequel was unleashed upon the world in 1986, and it boldly defied all expectations set by the original.
At least they kept the booty shorts.
Hooper felt the dark comedy elements from the original movie were overlooked by critics and the audience. So, forget the gritty realism and prepare for a satirical horror comedy. This Saw is back. But is it any good? Use our link in the description and promo code Stitch Together Pictures to get 20% off FANGORIA magazines and merch. It wouldn't be a TCM movie without a narrated opening crawl.
The Texas Chainsaw Massacre has not stopped. It haunts Texas. It seems to have no end.
True. Every couple of years, they reboot it again. The film opens with 2 rowdy high school seniors heading to the Texas OU football game. That sign had a family. Probably that one. Buzz and Rick call and harass radio DJ Vanita Brock, aka Stretch.
Great! We went from hippies to yuppies!
The boys then decide to play a game of chicken with another driver. I don't know what's bigger, that skid mark or their trust funds. The drunken teens refuse to hang up, forcing Stretch to keep the line open. Is that real? If so, they're asking for prank calls.
I don't want to hear it. I want to see it. Bright lights, big titties.
Bright lights, big titties, small penis.
While Stretch listens, we learn the truck driver is a member of the Sawyer family.
What the hell is that?
Let's play a card game. I spy with my little eye something that is dead.
The ran-over corpse of Nubbins, aka the hitchhiker, emerges from the truck, fires up the chainsaw, and tears into the car. I'm jealous of a corpse. My family doesn't invite me to anything, and I'm still alive.
Hang up, hang up, hang up, hang up, hang up, hang up.
No, you hang up. No, you hang up. Rick shoots at the attacker to reveal it's really Leatherface.
A face behind a face behind a face.
If this were a haircut, Leatherface takes a little too much off the top, causing the car to crash.
See ya in yuppie hell, where the avocado toast is always burnt.
TCM 2 was also filmed around Austin, Texas. This bridge, that seems to go on forever, is in Bastrop and only 10 minutes away from the Cook's gas station. The next day, Lieutenant Enright, aka Lefty, a former Texas Ranger and Franklin and Sally's uncle, arrives to investigate. Looks like Lefty found his eyewitness.
This is just an accident.
One of those boys so wild sawed his own head off going 90 miles per hour.
More like 9 miles per hour.
For 13 years, Lefty has obsessively been trying to track down the killers responsible for his nephew's disappearance.
Has he checked the bottom of every hill?
Hey, I found Franklin's pocket knife. It was on him the whole time. Lefty believes the family is responsible for a string of chainsaw killings across Texas and seeks revenge.
Remember the Alamo, cowboy?
Dang it, I already forgot what I was supposed to remember.
Will somebody get Tobe Hooper behind the camera? Lefty is contacted by Stretch, who recorded the yuppies' call and got their murder on tape. Dennis Hopper deprived himself of sleep to look disheveled in this scene.
Poor Dennis. I'd look like that too, after rehab and 5 marriages.
This is my chance to stop playing headbanging music and do something real.
Something real, like starring in Leprechaun 3. Stretch tries to give him the recording, but he shoos her away.
You got no fear, Lord.
In the original screenplay, there was a line where Stretch mentions something about her mom and Lefty having a fling back in the day, hinting that Stretch may be his daughter.
That's a stretch.
Built your little fry house.
LG.
My sister was right about you. At least she lives in a cabin made out of mozzarella sticks. Later, for their radio show, Stretch and her co-worker, LG, are covering the Texas-Oklahoma chili cook-off. The judge, holding the triangle, is the truck driver who threw a wrench at Leatherface. Hey, Leatherface! Heads up! The winner of the cook-off is none other than the cook, aka Drayton Sawyer, who reveals his secret.
I got a real good eye for prime meat. It runs in the family.
Usually the meat runs from the family.
It's one of those hard-shell peppercorns.
Pardon me, waiter. I chipped my tooth on a tooth. Meanwhile, Lefty stops off at the Cut-Right Chainsaw store to pick up some weapons.
Me, when I turn in my tickets at the arcade.
Never speaking a word, at first Lefty unnerves the shop owner, but then amuses him with his chaotic way of testing the chainsaw. It's so chaotic, Lefty turns into a stunt double.
Oh, my kid banana.
His banana is what? Is he getting a boner? Now I see why he was fired from the produce department.
The Cut-Right Chainsaw store is now a bar in Austin, but they still hang up the sign inside. Lefty then surprises Stretch at the radio station and tells her to play the tape repeatedly over the radio. That way, the public will finally have to listen to his case.
You said you were going to do this alone.
I need your help, Missy.
He would do it, but the producers don't think he'll look good in booty shorts. Yes, we get it. You use that to fart.
This is for Lefty.
Her playlist gives everyone a splitting headache.
Celebrating in his food truck, Drayton receives a call about the tape being broadcast.
What's on the radio?
I guess he's not a fan of Screamo.
You mudcrackers, you'll be the death of me yet!
I'm confused. Are they cooking chili or packing fudge?
Sure got a lot of complaints, darling.
Damn right, so far, this isn't anything like the first movie.
You see, Lefty is using Stretch as bait, and unfortunately, the plan works. Oh, God! You know, I want to like LG, but the spitting is gross.
Maybe LG stands for loogie.
Before she leaves the radio station for the night, a member of the Sawyer family, Chop Top, pays Stretch a visit.
I want to buy some radio ad time.
His billboard by the highway was taken down.
Me and Bubba, my little brother, we listen to you every night.
The music does help cover up the screams.
Music is my life.
Well, it sure as hell isn't flossing.
Stretch gives the creep a quick tour of the station that ends at the exit.
E-X-I-T.
Everybody can spell but me.
So Chop Top is freaking her out, and then he wants to see where they keep the oldies. You see, Chop Top is the hitchhiker's twin brother, who even shares the birthmark, but on the opposite cheek. During the events of the first film, he was in Vietnam, where he got hit in the head with a machete.
Look what you did to my Sonny Bono wig duo!
That Sonny Bono wig got banged up. Like Sonny Bono.
Dog wheel hunt! Get that bitch, Leatherface! Get that bitch!
I hope that's his toast at their wedding.
My reaction whenever there's a knock at the door.
What the shit? Hey, lick my plate, you dog dick!
It's interesting that Chop Top's most famous line was penciled in. LG returns only to get wrecked by Leatherface and then bludgeoned over the head with a hammer. Stop spitting!
1 and a 2 and a 3!
Everybody can count but me.
Leatherface then bursts into the storeroom, and Stretch has to keep her cool. She's screaming because the sodas aren't diet. Now he can be hired to do ice sculptures at weddings.
How good are you?
Baby, it's 30 inches and oiled up.
However, Stretch flirts and charms Leatherface into letting her go, after a bizarre moment of connection.
Forget the chainsaw. He'll need a hedge trimmer for that bush.
When Leatherface, prematurely stalls his chainsaw, he angrily tears apart the room. In Canada, that's a lumberjack mating dance. So they throw LG's body into their truck, and Leatherface convinces Chop Top that Stretch is dead.
You got her? Did you get her good? Slap me fire.
Now he's gonna brag to all the boys in the meat locker room.
can't get away.
She must be saying that to the person holding the boom mic. Not wanting them to escape, Stretch follows the Sawyers to their lair, the former amusement park, Texas Battleland. A place Chop Top wants to turn into his own amusement park, Nomland, despite having Nom flashbacks.
Nomland! Fire in the hole!
Stretch is chased by a car through some rib-like structures, and the driver is revealed to be Lefty. Part of the reason why Texas Battleland was closed was the random death pits. Lefty then tries to pull her up by giving her a hand. Stretch then falls a good 5 stories down into this basement. Not even wearing a watch. What? Oh, great. Once again, Saturn's in retrograde. You know what? It's fine. I'll wait. I've played the Texas Chainsaw Lobby Simulator. Help. At this part in the movie, several scenes were deleted by Tobe Hooper due to, pacing issues.
They were shit!
One lengthy deleted scene shows the Sawyer family heading out for the night to collect some prime meat. They slaughter a bunch of rioting football fans in a parking garage, and a lot of Tom Savini's special effects were left on the cutting room floor in more ways than one.
Even the sawed-off head is rolling its eyes.
Another deleted scene shows some moviegoers exiting a theater discussing gore in horror movies, only to get taken out by Leatherface.
Is that a Mr. Goody truck?
It's why we stopped going to the theater.
It's nothing but cell phones and chainsaws.
The moviegoer is played by film critic and horror host Joe Bob Briggs, a huge fan of the original classic. The lair is decorated with the remnants of the amusement park, and of course, human flesh and bones.
It's the devil's playground.
Legoland.
Lefty, armed with his chainsaws, rampages like a madman through the horrifying underground lair until he finds Franklin's remains.
Of course, the cannibals didn't touch the vegetable.
Franklin.
Wow, what kind of batteries were in that flashlight?
They can't do this. They can't do this!
He cried the same thing after Sally's treatment in the Netflix requel.
That's how I eat my fruit roll-up.
Stretch is then found by Leatherface, who skins LG and makes her wear his face. Because sharing is caring.
Leatherface is into some kinky role play.
That smokehouse is the hottest dance club in Texas. Literally. Leatherface hides Stretch while he's berated by Drayton and then ties her up before leaving. Nah, you missed it. Let me help you. you got a little something on your face. However, it turns out LG is alive. It lives up to the tagline, "Who will survive, and what will be left of them?" He needs a doctor. That much spitting cannot be normal.
Darling, don't be scared, darling.
He only looks scary because of the tattoo.
Don't be scared, darling. These are my clean boxer shorts, darling.
LG manages to free Stretch before heading toward the big radio station in the sky.
Shit.
What's in his pants?
If I wear his face, would you love me? Look, I can be him.
It doesn't take long for the Sawyers to notice Stretch sneaking around.
Some kind of crazy booger just gets through here.
Like a booger, she's slimy and covered in blood.
So, Leatherface gives chase, but Lefty causes a cave-in, leaving Stretch cornered by the family.
Okay, what? Are you pissed off? What about me? Listen, this is not gonna work out.
She wants to see other people. He wants to wear other people. Drayton then scolds Leatherface when he finds out the DJ is still alive.
Mama's got a girlfriend, Mama's got a girlfriend, Mama's got a girlfriend.
Things you don't want to hear in a prison shower.
The saw is family.
Does that make my tree pruner your grandpa's brother's nephew's cousin's former roommate? Stretch wakes up at the dinner table, where Grandpa is brought in to have some fun.
Grandpa's strict liquid diet keeps him as fresh as a rose.
The same can't be said about the liquid in his diaper.
Grandpa, he's a one-hitter.
Ironic, because she's about to be smoked.
It's always awkward when your grandpa hits on your girlfriend. While Stretch takes a nap, Lefty finally arrives to confront the family.
Who sent you? Those sissies over at Del Mar Catering? That chicken shit burrito man butts?
Now I want to see a movie that's just the cook at war with other catering services.
I'm the Lord of the Harvest.
Who's that? Some new health food bunch?
I just love that he thinks a business rival has broken into his home.
Like when Ronald McDonald wrecked the Burger King's castle.
Lefty then gives Drayton a new butt crack. Turns out, Drayton was right about the small businessman.
Always gets it in the ass!
So, Lefty and Leatherface get into a violent and hilarious chainsaw battle. Yeehaw! In Texas, even the sword fights are bigger! Meanwhile, Stretch tries to escape the lair, but is chased by Chop Top. She showed Chop Top that it's important to stay grounded. Lefty even manages to ram his chainsaw straight through Leatherface. It's how doctors do a tummy tuck down in Texas. Before Drayton dies, he decides to pull the plug, takes a grenade from the hitchhiker's corpse, and blows everyone up.
And kerplooey!
Let him cook?
What else do you have in this pouch? Is that a bazooka?
Oh boy, Leatherface could use a miracle right now. Huh? Wait a minute! Good old Grandpa is up! Maybe he is the best killer there ever was! Or not! Damn it! Tell me, why do they worship you again? Ah! If only more families ate at the table. Dueling chainsaws, throwing grenades. Stretch manages to flee to the top of the amusement park, aka Chainsaw Heaven, where she finds a shrine to Grandma. Again, how it feels waiting in the video game's lobby. Huh? Oh, thank God. Some people joined. Now, where the hell did you go? Stretch is now stuck between Grandma and Chop Top, who nicks himself shaving.
Andy, what is he doing?
I think he's kicking his own ass?
It's like death eating a cracker, isn't it? Huh? Huh?
Dude, I didn't say anything! But, let's see how you shaved that ball sack.
Stretch then steals that old lady's chainsaw right out of her hands.
Grandma! Grandma! You killed her, you hog bitch!
So far, all the victims have been men, which is rare for a horror movie. Grandma is the only female to die. If you call that living. As Mr. Chrome Dome slices her back, Stretch fires up the chainsaw and fights off Chop Top, who falls to his death. He went from Chop Top to Chop Bottom. The movie ends with Stretch swinging the chainsaw, echoing the iconic dance from the original.
Overall, I would not recommend this amusement park.
Still not as dangerous as Action Park in New Jersey.
In the end, Nubbins, you're surrounded by flies. In the end, we have a body count of 8. With a budget of $4.5 million, TCM Part 2 grossed $8 million domestically. The film received mixed reviews. Some critics praised its bold departure from the original, and others criticized the shift in tone.
Even Chop Top was scratching his head.
Hooper's idea to go from gritty nightmare to satirical dark comedy was incredibly bold and divisive.
The audience was split, like the cook's rear end.
That's for talking crap about the Burrito Man. The set design is one of the highlights of the film. The radio station is a fun location, but the underground lair is a twisted funhouse that is part carnival and part Ed Gein's home.
I want to have fun at the beach.
Dennis Hopper's performance is unhinged and matches the film's over-the-top tone. For the second half, he's just running around with a chainsaw and screaming.
Take it all out! Bring it all out!
It's schlocky goodness, even though Dennis called it his worst movie.
Just wait until Waterworld and Super Mario Brothers.
Stretch, played by Caroline Williams, is one of my favorite final girls in the series. She's strong, resourceful, her banter with LG is fun, and she dreams of becoming a real journalist one day.
A dream that came true in Part 3.
Bill Johnson played Leatherface in close-ups, while stuntman Bob Elmore played Leatherface in wide shots and while operating the chainsaw. They lack Gunnar Hansen's size and I wasn't a fan of this goofy portrayal. I could have done without the chainsaw humping and his silly overhead shuffle.
I now realize Sally was actually laughing at his dancing.
They wanted Gunnar Hansen to return as Leatherface, but sadly, he felt the pay wasn't good enough. Thankfully, Jim Seedow did return, and is funny as hell as Drayton Sawyer. The film is not perfect, but at least we got to see the cook one last time, and it's a shame he wasn't in more of the sequels. However, the new standout here is Bill Moseley as Chop Top. In 1984, Bill Moseley created a short parody titled The Texas Chainsaw Manicure, where he played the hitchhiker.
Hey, that's great, honey. We should celebrate with some head cheese.
Tobe Hooper saw it and kept Bill Moseley in mind for a part if he ever made a sequel. I don't know if they ever contacted Ed Neal to come back and play his own twin, but Moseley is a fine replacement. All right, now say head cheese. Chop Top became an iconic character, and it launched Bill's career in the horror genre.
Giddy up!
Sadly, the worst performance goes to the hitchhiker. It was flat.
The Sawyers are cannibals obsessed with making money off their victims. The sequel pokes fun at the excesses of both the horror genre and consumer culture in the 80s.
Real cash money.
The sequel also explores themes of obsession and revenge. Lefty seeks to destroy the Sawyers, and in the end, it also destroys him.
Bring it all down! Bury the devil!
And this was Dennis Hopper when he was sober.
So, would I recommend the Texas Chainsaw Massacre Part 2? Yeah. But it's not for everyone. When I was younger, even I wasn't sure if I liked it. But the film grows on you.
Like the skin around Chop Top's plate.
Perhaps Tobe Hooper knew the original was lightning in a bottle and couldn't be replicated. I think every sequel, remake, prequel, and requel that has come after has proven that. If you appreciate horror that is bizarre and not afraid to be different, then Part 2 is impossible to forget. It's not the sequel we wanted, but the sequel we never knew we wanted. Over the years, it has gained a cult following and is now more appreciated.
Hey, Leatherface, how many chainsaw humps do you give the movie?
We've been Andy, the Maniacal Cinephile.
Thanks for liking and subscribing.
Join our Patreon, hit the bell, and now watch another damn video.